Hi, we're going to work on something today, kind of unusual. This is what we're going to make, and what it is a prop stick for Blythe. I guess you could use it for any doll, really, but I'm going to make this one specifically for Blythe. I made this one some while back, and been trying to come up with ways that I could put something on the end that would sort of be grippy. So I did put some hot glue on the end, and then also I put some E6000. How long's it been since you saw my E6000? Anyway, I put some of that on top of the hot glue after it dried to see if that might make it a little bit tackier. I still think it's gonna not grip that great on something slick, but it might help it grip some if it's not. Otherwise, you'd have to prop it against something. So the theory is this is going to be against the body, so you can prop it against your Blythe's waist like that, and then because this is clear, you know, it's going to enable it to maybe blend more, or you can hide it behind a leg. So like if you're looking straight on, you know, you're going to be able to maybe hide it behind the body or whatever as you're posing the doll. Just a way to maybe not have to use an actual doll stand, which, you know, creates a lot of options for taking pictures. And as we said, when I put the new body on this doll, the OB22 body, I like it better because it's a little stiffer, so it's easier to prop it up. The other body would have just collapsed. The legs would just collapse. All right, so how we're going to make this is very simple. You're going to take a rod, and this rod is 14 inches long. And if you want to know what that is in centimeters, well, let's just measure it and see. It's exactly almost 35 centimeters. Right at 35 centimeters, a little bit more. All right, it's also 1/4 inch in diameter. And this is just an acrylic rod. I think I got mine on eBay. So you could go to eBay and search for 1/4 inch acrylic rod. And I believe that I was able to customize the length. It's been over a year since I ordered these. I just haven't gotten around to doing much with them. So what you're going to do is use a candle to soften this. Very easy to do. Very easy to soften. The biggest thing is you just don't want to burn yourself. So what we're going to do is start with this angle. So we're going to bend that down first, and you do have to kind of hold it after you heat it to make sure that it's there. So you want to be sure that you don't burn yourself, because that's no fun. That is just no fun. So to be able to do that properly, I am going to just have a pair of pliers here just in case I'm not able to do it with my fingers. So first things first, let's light our candle, because that's how we're going to do it. It's going to be really high tech. Okay, really high tech. Yep. All right, now, so what you want to think of is, you know that this is the angle that you want, so you're going to try to heat this stick about that far down. So about right there we're going to heat it. All right, and to do that, you just hold it over the flame. I'm going to hold it this way a little bit so you can see, and I'm just rotating it. You'll see it starts to develop bubbles when it starts to get soft. And the thing you don't want to do is to burn it, which is really pretty easy. And you can try it, you know, a couple times, see if it's soft enough yet. The sign of the bubbles developing is a good thing. Okay, so see that? You just want to bend it over, and now you have to hold it until it gets a little bit cooler, and then it's going to stay in that position. If you let it go, it's going to sort of pop open a little bit, and then you won't have that nice sharp bend in it. All right, so pretty easy to do, right? You can sort of see the frostiness here at the joint. That's where the bubbles develop, and that's how you know it's starting to get warm enough. You don't have to hold it right against the flame. Over it is probably better. So, you know, you can kind of use the one that you used before to see where you want your next bend, and that's going to be about, it's going to be about right there. Okay? So, here we go again. Just keep rolling it over that area that you want to heat until you start to see the bubbles. If you hold it too long in one place, it does get black, which you don't really want it to do that, because then it's not clear. Not that it's ever going to show up against her body, but yeah, just to gently fold it till you feel like it's going to start moving, and then you're going to make your V like that. So this is where the body will go into, so you want a nice V that will hold against the waist. And this is still warm over here where my thumb is. It is still a little bit warm, so I'm not really pushing my finger against it too much. Just don't want to get burned. So that's holding pretty good. Alright, so we have this part done. So the next part will be to bend it right here. Okay, so we're going to come over here and start heating up that area. I think this really adds a nice dimension to your Blythe, being able to pose it without a doll stand. It just gives it that realism that we love, you know, like it's a real child or something, a real little person. So you can see that doing this is really not that difficult. Okay, going to fold that all the way over. And hold it. Still a little warm over here. Like I said, it's not that easy for it to cool off, but it's not bad now. I can actually put my hand on this part. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this done before, but I think there's ones you can buy, and I have bought some of them that are wire, but I just hate them. They just didn't work very well. They kept slipping, and they didn't grip the table at all, because they just had like a little rubber knobby thing on the end of that went against the table. And you know, with these, I think you could get a little bit more stability, because they're pretty heavy. I mean, not heavy, but you know, sturdy. This is not going to bend. Also, you know, I think you can do things with the end as opposed to just, what I tried to do was make it flatter and, you know, able to be on a table or flat surface. But you could also use this and sharpen it, you know, so it would poke into the ground. Let's say you're going to have them out in the grass or something. So you can have more than one of these, you know, so that's nice. All right, so we've got this part done, as you can see. Now what you want to do is bend this next part right here so that it's in line with the V. So you want it to be, you know, straight back from there. So you don't want to do it right up here. You'd be too far away. So you want to bend it about at this part right here. Okay. So that's really going to be the last one. You can see this is not that hard to do. It seems a little scary at first because you're working with fire, but it's all good. You know, you use what you have to use. It's just like you know, using the glue sticks with the candle to get the eyes out of the Blythe. All right, starting to get bubbly. Also, if you do it before it's malleable, you stand a chance of breaking it, so make sure it is nice and malleable. Okay, so you see I'm bending it so that it's going to be at an angle directly down from the V. Hopefully you guys can try this and then have your very own. I know they sell these and they're pretty expensive, and they're just not that expensive to buy the acrylic rod and do it yourself when all you need is a candle, right? Yeah, so yeah, there we made another one. Didn't take us that long. Took us about 8 minutes. And once this is all nice and cooled off, you know, then you can try it. And like I said, if you wanted to, you know, make this flatter, you can heat it, which is what I did. I heated it and then held it down on a piece of aluminum foil, and it worked really well. I was able to get it off without, you know, it sticking. And then I just put some of that E6000 on it after I did, and you can see that it's at an angle. So that way, it, you know, it's going to be against the ground flat, like that. Yeah. So that's just a nice way to make a hideable stand for your Blythe if you want to do some more creative shots. Hope you enjoyed this and it's helpful for you. If it is, please subscribe and leave me a thumbs up, because you know that helps me a lot. Thanks. See you soon.